Hey yo, you ready?
Please don't make this complicated. What about the time we wasted on our love? I can't keep the things we traded.
All right, welcome to the first episode of Heart to Heart. My name is Hafiz, and this is a podcast where we're going to get to know amazing people and their amazing life stories and get inspired by them, all in the name of fun.
All right, what's up? Welcome everyone to the second season of the Heart to Heart podcast. My name is Hafiz, and in this season, we're going to focus on self-development. We're going to focus on making the most out of this time that we have. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the third season and the first episode of the Heart to Heart podcast, the season of exploration.
Please don't make this complicated. What about the time we wasted on our love?
Let's get started with the first segment. So for those of you who don't know, in this segment, what we're going to do is we have some randomly generated words. We have 3 words per question. We're each going to ask each other 5 questions, and we're going to have to incorporate those randomly generated words into the answer. So there's no restrictions as to how crazy as questions could be. Of course, keep it appropriate. But apart from that, let's go. So if you could control your dreams, what would you dream about?
Ooh, okay. If I could control my dreams, what I would dream about, honestly, might be a. Do you watch Naruto by any chance?
Not really, but I know a bit about it.
All right. So in Naruto, there was this infinite Tsukunome, and what that was an infinite dream that Madara would put people under. So imagine if you were dreaming that you were laying on a hill, just very bliss, and at the top of the hill, you were looking down, and you could see just this whole village down there, and it was like nice. And because, you know, times are simple, the whole village is in the round shape of just like a circle. It's like a circular sphere surrounded by like fields and stuff like that. I would dream about just being in a simple place like that.
Bro, you killed that. Yo, you killed that, bro. You killed that. That was amazing.
Okay, so my question for you is, what would a world populated by clones of you be like? And my question, and the words are, introduce nerve revolution. I think you can create some thing with it.
Yo, this is so good. All right, let's go.
Okay.
First of all right, before the world ends up getting cloned by me, I'd want to introduce myself to either the people in the future or the people before, right? Because, like, you know, inevitably they're gonna be like, yo, surely you don't have the nerve to clone yourself. But I'm gonna be like, yo, it's time for a revolution, and I clone myself. And what was the actual question?
If the world was populated by your clones, what would it look like?
What would it look like? Okay, it'd be every single person on this planet would be motivated to push themselves as far as they could. Every single person on this planet would be fit. Every single person on this planet would enjoy themselves, would spend time with nature, would uplift each other, would care for each other, and would help each other succeed. All right, so my next question for you is, all right, you get one text, no more than 160 characters, that gets sent to everyone's phone. What does it say? And your words are crash, way, and housing.
Okay. Guys, the housing market is about to crash. This is going to weigh heavy on my consciousness if I don't tell you to go get yourself a house right now.
Yo, damn, you killed it. What? Yo, what? Okay,
that was good. I would take credit for that.
That was sick. Thank you so much for participating in this. We're gonna jump right into this topic, and today we're gonna be talking about emotional intelligence. I want to start off by asking, what is emotional intelligence?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. You know, I think that there's a lot of Googleable definitions out there. I'm gonna give you my definition for how kind of I view it. I think emotional intelligence is the ability for somebody to understand their emotions, to understand how to express their emotions in a healthy and safe way, and being able to regulate their emotions. So emotions may not be controlling their behavior, but they're able to regulate when their emotions come to still stay stable and decide and choose how to live their life. And then I think the flip side of emotional intelligence is being able to help basically sit with others' emotions and operate from a lens of empathy towards others.
What do you think is one of the most important things that anyone could have in order to like achieve that mentality, the right mentality, the elite mentality?
I feel like experience. And when I say experience, I just mean that can either be like real life experience or that can be like what you learned somewhere. Because the thing is, like, mentality in general, people have quote unquote weak mentalities, or people have like not strong enough mentalities because then I feel like people are not constantly trying to grow and build their mentality so they can handle certain things and overcome certain things. So it's like when something goes wrong, they have a weak mentality will just automatically just give up on everything and say, yo, no, this is what it is. I'm just gonna let it happen, right? And people with a strong mentality will see it as a growth session or see it as like what it's the positivity that lies inside that situation, right?
All right, so to put it into simple terms, giving up is the idea of not believing you're capable of doing something, and as a result of that, to not proceed to do what you wanted to do. So there could be a bunch of different ways, or a bunch of different reasons as to why someone might give up, right? It could be the environment around them. Everyone there is pushing them against achieving what they want to achieve. It could be the idea of they themselves don't believe in their ability. It could also be a previous experience where that experience before hasn't really allowed them to be there, hasn't really allowed them to shine per se. There are a whole bunch of reasons as to why someone might not give up, but I guess the point I'm trying to get at here today is why it's extremely important that you do not give up. The key is to always add a positive spin to it and adjust your mind so that it always looks for the good. Always.
I call myself an accidental author. I wrote and published my first book last year, and I published the audiobook version of it just this last summer. So it was a big thing for me. I've been in and out of different careers my whole life. I've been a professional photographer for the last 12 or 13 years. And this is kind of a transitionary thing for me. It's I'm still doing photography and other things like that creatively. But writing the book was a big step for me and kind of took me off into a different place as far as doing something different in my life,
I heard you're working on a certain app that helps with creating memories. Would you like to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I'd love to. That's what I believe may be my opportunity for greatest impact in the world. We've spent about the last 3 years creating what is the Legacy Journal app. And that is a safe, secure digital platform for parents, really specifically parents, but parents or grandparents, to capture moments, memories, lessons, little nuggets of wisdom or details that they want to remember before, unfortunately, memories tend to fade from memory. And so we've got this place where we can capture those moments, capture those memories.
So the very first book that I ever wrote, it's called Thoughts of a Wanderer. I published that in 2017. And what happened is, as a teenager, when I was going through my first bout of depression, I would write poems. And so I was cleaning out the basement. I found them all. I was like, oh, I don't want to throw them out, but they're just sitting in my basement. What am I going to do with them? And so I ended up putting them into a book and publishing. And then once you do it one time, you just kind of get that itch. You just got to keep going. So then my next book, I wrote about raising my child that has autism from basically pregnancy up until grade 6. So in a few years, we'll do part 2 through the teenage years.
As we are all unique individuals. We've been crafted and fearfully and wonderfully made. It's very important that each of us finds our own place of courage, destiny, and power. Find it, come into agreement with it, own it, rock it, and be unapologetic about it.
Awesome. That's the best way to end it. I can't ask for anything more. So what advice would you have for someone in their 20s?
I think there's three things I would say for advice with folks in their 20s. Number one, trial and error. Do and experience as many things as possible because you have infinite opportunity, no obligations, at least in terms of where you are in your 30s and 40s. It'll be significantly different. Explore. It's an exploration time. There is so much to experience and see. Your goal, I think, in the 20s is to capture the things that inspire you in those moments. And that's a golden window. Number one. Number two, invest in the people that matter to you because you'll be stretched in a lot of places. And if everybody's important to you, then nobody's important to you. Invest in the ride or die friends. And that includes family. That also includes, professional peers, but you have to find a way to be ruthless with who you invest your energy in because relationships are two-way streets, right? It isn't just take, it's also give. And if you give too much, or you give in a way that's spread out too far, you're maybe not going to get the same return. That's the second thing. I wish someone had told me that. Third thing, realizing that there is nobody like you. Like, it's important to find sponsors and champions and mentors that you can find, but you're never going to find someone who's like 30 years older than you who's exactly like you. So you have to chart your own path.
Try different things because, I talk to people all the time. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm a few years past that. Obviously, I'm retired from the police department. But there's a lot out there. And, people ask me, what am I doing now that I'm retired? And, I'm writing books and I work for a publisher and I'm still figuring it out. I feel like what I'm going to be doing in 5 years may have nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. But I'm just exploring. I'm just doing things as I enjoy them while I do. And just being very agile with it. So I think, if I think about in the 20s, try different things, learn different skills. And as you get older, you're going to refine that and never let yourself get sort of stuck into one thing where, you end up trapped in a bad environment, whether it's, your cost of living is so high that you can't leave a bad job or you're in a bad job and you can't leave because you can't find something else or you don't have another skill set. So just try to have a lot of, learn different things and be nimble with what you do.
That is a good question. If I had to tell my 20-year-old self that it's okay to be you, it's okay to step out, it's okay to step out on faith, it's okay if you're not married yet, it's okay if you're not, popular, it's okay. And that is no hurry, no rush. Take the time to know you.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's good because I think about what's the advice I wish I got because I'm 39. I'm like, what's the advice I wish I would have gotten in my 20s? You have more time than you think, but if you start something beneficial now, like, oh my gosh, the compound interest effect would be incredible. Like, there's things I wish I would have started 20 years ago, but it's hard to have that foresight. So I would say you have, in one sense, more time than you realize. But if you start something now for your health or for your future, your financial future now, when you're 40, you'll be damn glad you did.
I love that advice.
And everyone knows, everyone's watching, whoever's watching this, it's a Milkman Hafiz. Thank you very much for having me on your platform.
Thank you.
Everyone watching this is going to be the podcast to be watching. So make sure you tune in. I hope you guys had your popcorn and you enjoyed every single moment of it because, again, you will never have an opportunity like this again. But make sure you subscribe to Hafiz's YouTube. Make sure you check out the Milkman on YouTube as well. And we both got a lot of content coming for you guys. Other than that, it's up to you, whatever you want to say.
Yo, you were really good at this outro, bro. Like you nailed that. That's amazing.
I've had practice, you know.
I could tell, bro. I could tell, and you did a really good job of it.
I think you should ask how can you help, right? How can you get involved, and how can you be, an ally for individuals with schizophrenia?
Okay, and would you like to answer that?
Okay, yeah, for sure. I think, when it comes for like schizophrenia and like raising awareness for mental disorders, it's like you think someone else is doing it or someone else is going to do it, right? Like it might seem like, okay, SSY is here. They're raising awareness. It's fine. Let them do their thing. It's never enough. There's never enough, awareness being raised. There's never enough, initiatives being taken place. So if you want to, like, you could always like get in contact with SSY, and we always have, things going on that you could be a part of. And change firstly starts at home. And I think having conversations with your family and having conversations with your friends about, actually change starts with yourself. So first, educating yourself, learning about it. There's so many amazing videos on YouTube and so many other places about schizophrenia, right? Where there's actual individuals who have it speaking about it. It doesn't have to, you don't have to go do your PhD in schizophrenia, right? You don't have to go learn how the brain works, how the neurons work. You can just, listening to someone's lived experiences, I think that's where it starts. And that's, I think, more than enough in some cases. So educating yourselves and then educating those around you, and, realizing that these are just human beings. Like schizophrenia it's a disorder. It's not a person, and it shouldn't be a label. This is just, it could happen to me or you, like we got to realize that could be me, that could be you, right? So what makes us any different from them? And when you look at it like that, then why wouldn't you be raising awareness?
I love my fans. I love my supporters. I love people that really, really love my work and stuff. So I really want to give them a great amount of music to just hold on to for a little while as I just continue to polish up and get better. You know what I mean? So that's what's going to happen next. So yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so looking forward to it. Yo, you're killing it in the game. I see you
Thank
in
you,
places. Bro, I'm cheering you on all along.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
If you ever
Dude.
need support with anything at all, just hit me up. I got you.
Dude,
All right?
absolutely.
We're
Thank you so much.
We're gonna succeed together. All right, that's what I
We
always
absolutely will.
say. All right, thank you so much. Did you have any questions for me? Any topic point, anything at all?
No, I mean, I guess in the comments, I just want to say, like, this is so well done. Like, you're doing a phenomenal job. Your energy's friggin' great. I love all of this. This is just super duper dope. Very interactive, super fun. I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but I'd be hitting the F out of my mic. I've been smiling like this whole way through. Like, it's just been it felt like just a time with a friend. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what I like about podcasts and stuff. So you're doing a phenomenal job, homie. I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
All right, so with that being said, make sure you check out his latest work. Again, one of the most talented people I've met. Check it out. Follow both of us on social media.
Phenomenal.
To see all the work, podcast-related work and everything, go to www.shophafiz.ca/podcast, and you'll find a lot more information about this and every other podcast that's to come. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking your time. And as always, stay awesome.
And thank you for taking the time to hop on and have a wonderful discussion. Any last things that you wanna say?
Yeah, I guess I would just mention, I mentioned this on a lot of the shows that I do, is just like, if you are listening and you're struggling, just know that you're not alone. Things can get better. They often do get better. So keep fighting on. And if you want to reach out, if you want to share your story, you just want to chat, feel free to reach out on social media. As Hafiz said, there will be some links in the show notes. So happy to do that.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you, and we will definitely keep in touch. And yeah, I'll talk to everyone else later. Take care.
Please don't make this complicated. What about the time